4.1 warm-up, write the fraction for each diagram. So we've got a diagram here, it's a square with 4 other little squares in it. And so to write a fraction, the number of shaded parts goes on top, and the number of parts in the whole goes on the bottom. So I've got one shaded section here, so that's why the 1 is on top. And there's 1, 2, 3, 4 pieces in total, so 4 goes on the bottom. Over in this diagram, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 pieces in total. So that's going to be my bottom number. And 1, 2, 3 of them are shaded, so that's my top number. So 3/10 of this diagram is shaded. Question 2, draw a diagram to show each fraction. So we've got an example here where there's a box, it's got 3 equal portions shown, and 1/3 is shaded. So 3/4 is easy. We can draw a square and break that into 4 pieces, just like the question up above. But, so there are 4 pieces, which matches the bottom number, but I need to shade 3. So let's shade 3 of them. 5/10, same idea, it's a little trickier to draw. And I went too many. So tried to make 5 pieces all about the same width. And then cut that in half. So now I've got 10 pieces in total, and I need to shade 5 of them. If I do that, just like that, I have 5 shaded, which is 5/10. Now, an interesting thing to notice, it looks like half of this big rectangle is shaded, which is true. So what we call an equivalent fraction, 1/2, is an equivalent fraction of 5/10, because 1/2 of this is shaded, as is 5/10. All right, almost done. Change each fraction to a decimal. In order to do that, we need to be able to do division. And so a fraction, this line here in your fraction, that actually just means division. When we draw a fraction, we're being lazy and we're not converting it to a decimal. Sometimes it allows greater precision. But in this case, we're going to convert it to a decimal, so we're going to do 12 divided by 100, which is 0.12. So that's a decimal version of 12 over 100. So for 3 over 4, we're going to do the same thing. Clear the calculator. 3 divided by 4 equals 0.75. So that's the decimal equivalent of 3/4. Write each percent as a decimal. Well, the word percent actually means per 100. Cent means 100. So 30% means 30 out of 100. And again, to convert that to a decimal, 30 divided by 100 equals 0.3. Now, we're talking about 30%. This is correct, but I'm just going to throw an extra 0 on there. It doesn't change the value. It's just a reminder that we were talking about 30%. 0.3 and 0.30, exact same number. So 56% becomes 56 per 100, 56 over 100. And again, divide it through on your calculator. 56 divided by 100 equals 0.56. Last question here, number 5, we're being asked to divide. 12 divided by 2 is 6. 16 divided by 2 is 8. 8 divided by 4 is 2. 20 divided by 4 is 5. 20 divided by 10 is 2. And 100 divided by 10 is 10. So that should be what you have for answers. And that wraps up the 4.1 warm-up.